Yes, sir, man. Welcome to the Texas on 3, man. Podcast show. This is episode 131, man. And this is one of your co-hosts. There's DJ in the background, but it's me, Pat, man, PAT. And we got a two-man weed tonight, man. Me and my boy Killer, man. With no further ado, man, let's bring my guy to the street. It's Killer on the loose.
What's happening?
What's going on, good brother? How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Hey, it's great, man. Shit. We're back in the playoffs where we belong. The beginning of this dynasty. Hey, let's rock. Let's roll.
Man, a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand what's going to happen. They probably don't believe what's going to happen, and it ain't going to hit them until that clock hits 0-0-0, and the score's in our favor and the confetti falls. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I know I ain't cutting my hair, but I might go get a tattoo.
That means I got to get another tattoo then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and look, I don't have no tattoos, no piercings, so I mean, I might just get a little sleeve, man. Something with Texas on it, bro.
Okay. Shit, I got 3 piercing and 4 tattoos.
Oh, you a bad. You a bad dog. But man, let's dive into it, man.
Okay, what's up?
We started 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from the very first game to Nico fumbling to Dare fumbling to just all of a sudden we done broke the glass, or Stone Cold music playing, all hell broke loose. And shit, now we went a 9-game winning streak. Got to win 4 more to seal the deal. We got in the comments, man. What's good,
yeah. While you reading those comments, man, yeah, we started off with the Rams. That was, those teams, the Rams, Tampa Bay fell off, but Tampa Bay was pretty good, and injuries hit them like they always do. And we had Jacksonville, so we lost to the Rams 14-9, lost to the Bucks 20-19, lost to Jacksonville 17-10. All 3 of those games were winnable games. The only thing about it is we were still trying to find our offense because total yards against the Rams was 265, Bucks was 266, and Jacksonville was 271. So we really couldn't find a rhythm. Passing against the Rams, 151. Like 151 is what you should get by the half. 182 against Tampa, and 184 against Jacksonville. So the offense was very stagnated. Rushing yards we hit 114 rushing yards against the Rams, but we went 84 and 87. So started off 0-3, man. So what was your mindset when we started 0-3? Because, us as Texans, we saw with the legend Bill O'Brien. Started off 0-3 and we made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, that was his specialty.
Right. And so when you look at that, when we started off 0-3, what was your mindset right then?
Before I get into my mindset, one of the people we got a newcomer in the comments named Charlie, and today is their birthday. So happy birthday to you, Charlie, if I'm saying the name correctly. Thank you for putting Texas on 3, man. It's spelled differently, but I want to say it's Charlie though.
Okay.
Oh, but happy birthday to you, man. Thank you for showing up to the show. And
Charlie looked like he got a Hispanic last name, so yeah. Hey,
Munoz.
Yeah, great to be here, bro. Yeah,
thank you. Hey, shout out to Harge, man. Harge just told me, man, congratulations on the 300 subs, man. Damn, we came a long way. Started from the bottom, now we here.
300.
Appreciate you. Hey, 300 is a nice number, man.
Yeah.
Also a badass movie, but one of my favorites. Matter of fact, So to answer your question, man, as I'm looking at the schedule, so the Rams game, you know, had a lot of wasn't upset like the game. You looking at it and you're kind of shocked because from the preseason, offense play calling was immaculate, but it's preseason. Can't take it into can't take
Hmm.
it serious, can't take it to heart too bad.
Right.
That game ends 14-9. Offense stagnant. Like, okay, what is really going on? The Tampa Bay game, it shouldn't come down to it, but it's the NFL. Sometimes games come down to one play, being the game winner. That
One
game,
play.
solely came down to Toro. If
Yeah.
he makes that tackle or that sack rather, we win
Yeah.
that game. And the Jacksonville game just caught us off guard. I think we went into that game like we always go to Jacksonville. We own them, you know. And
Mm.
granted, that's a 17-10 game. But as you can tell, the defense is doing what it's doing. If the offense was clicking in those three games, hell, we probably don't lose, but maybe two games this year? Seattle and maybe Denver, and we still lost Denver.
Yeah. Yeah.
So going into those three games, man, start out 0-3. You don't want to hit the panic button, but as a fan, you're very agitated because
Mm.
as I stated, going from the last year to this year, like I do not want to waste another premium defense. Like
Right.
Super Bowl, I don't want to waste it because it's not guaranteed every year that your defense, even with the same players brought back, are going to play at the same high level.
Hmm.
Somebody's going to slack here, or there may be an injury there. Like something's going to happen. So when you got everything clicking on all cylinders on that side of the ball, you got to capitalize while the iron is hot. Uh,
Yeah.
Granted, we have a defensive minded head coach. I feel like as long as he's here, the defense will be hovering around 1 to 5 overall tops in the league.
Yeah.
But in hell, even because we beat who do we beat? We beat Tennessee. That was a given. That was a get right game. Lamar doesn't play. That's also another get right game. And CJ puts on a surgical performance against a defense that was at the bottom of the league at that time. But take it how you can get it.
Yeah.
Go off the bye, come back. Seattle game. That's the true test. And goddamn, Sam Darnold just we can't beat him for whatever reason.
Mm.
So we lose there. 49ers, that was a toss-up game, and for what it's worth, they've had a hell of a season for as like injury wise. They've lost
Yeah.
everybody, and it comes to show you no matter how many players you lose, how many star players you lose, good coaching is very very hard to come by.
Yeah.
So shout out
That
to
49ers game was real key. I'm looking at the schedule,
same.
and that's one of the games that we lost to Seattle. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I've watched every single game due to my schedule. The only game that I've never watched, and I have them recorded, I'm gonna go back and watch it. It's just hard to watch a losing when you know the results. I never watched that Seattle game, and I have so many people have told me, including you and Nitty, and Larry, that we should have won that game. There was some suspect play calling that happened in the game, and should have won that game. But that San Francisco game, to beat them like we did beat them, and to watch what San Francisco did, you know, all the way to the end of the year, that was a quality win, man. That was a quality win. And when you look at all these wins that we have, even the one against Baltimore, I don't care who's injured, who's not there. Nobody gave a damn when Tank Dell and Diggs and Nico was hurt and uh, Mixon was hurt. Like nobody, and we almost had a chance to beat Kansas City last year. So when all these other players get hurt from other teams, I don't pull out my what you call it, the I don't pull out
Man.
the no, I don't pull out my violin and feel sorry for him because that just part of the game, bro.
Yeah.
So, and one thing that I love about this year, this is just a recap. I know we're gonna talk about the game, but the Texans. I seen somebody said on Twitter that the Texans have been in playoff mode. I think it was Jason Braddock.
More
Texans
likely.
been on playoff mode since week
The-
4. You start off 0-3, and you just had to fight back. You just had to keep fighting just to stay above water. And I think we went 0-3, then we got 2-3, and finally went 500, and then after that we went on the great run that we had right now.
Mm-hmm.
We was 2-3, then went 2-4, 3-4, 3-5, 4-5, 5-5. We didn't get to 5-5 till we against Tennessee, and then we just went on the run, man. So you've been in playoff mode the whole time. So going into the playoffs, I know people talking about cold weather and uh,
Or just playing outside.
bro, none of that stuff. Like when you look at the back, when you look at British Brooks, I said it. When you look at Nick Chubb, those running backs are built for this type of weather,
Mm-hmm.
and especially Chubb. Chubb comes from that division. He played against Hightower and Watts. He played against the head coach from Pittsburgh. Like he used to that.
Yeah.
This is why we got him for this. You know, get him healthy to be able to run the ball, get 4-5 yards to carry, and let CJ do his thing, man. So I'm excited, man. I am very excited.
I feel like going into this playoffs, man. Well, not going to the playoffs, but just reflecting back on the season of where we are. I've been looking at the stats for the year, and CJ barely eclipsed the 3,000 yard passing yard mark. Um, it wasn't sacked as much this year,
Yeah,
and which is a good thing. He missed 3 games, but
right.
even missing those 3 games, that still doesn't. He would have eclipsed the 3,000 yard mark, but maybe would have.
4,000.
I wouldn't say 4,000, maybe
No,
30,
no, no. I think Braddock pointed out that he would have been right under 3,000. I mean, right up under 4,000.
maybe.
Which no, I mean Braddock he extrapolated the numbers, and it was like 39 something. And so that's one of those things that you have a quarterback like CJ. CJ has to be, in my opinion, every single year. 42 should be the minimum. 45 and 47 should be where you need to be every single year. And that's not even just being a high volume passer. You talking about 45, 47 with an extra game. You got guys that was getting 5,000 yards and 48 with 16 games. So he and those teams wasn't like just slinging the ball all over. They were like, you know, you had big plus plays. So I think CJ has to get. We have to find a way to get CJ. Like, look, you pointed out how many sacks was it this year? Like it was 23 or something like that.
23.
That is a huge improvement, and you still missing two key components as far as who you would love to plug in. Now, Andrews have stepped up very nicely as center. D'Amico spoke highly about him. I think that you still need to address the center and address the left guard. And you still have two other offensive linemen that was drafted pretty high that we need to see, what Fisher and Juice is going to do. But shout out to Popovich for getting his line in order. And, hey, shout out to you because you was the only one in the community. Let it be known. You said that Ursary
Big
was
E.
going to start when you had people saying that Ursary wasn't going to even see the field.
Oh
But
yeah.
you said that he was going to be all pro. Now, all pro, I think that the all pro, I was like, I don't know. But hey, the way he was thrown into the fire this year. And I love that. Broke hand and all going into the playoffs. You replacing a possible Hall of Famer, but a multiple Pro Bowler, a top lineman in Tunsil. Regardless of what people say about Tunsil, he's still top 5 left tackle, and you had to replace him. And you replaced him very well because the things that was Tunsil weakness, we didn't have a lot of that on Ursula. We didn't see. Now the thing about Tunsil didn't get holding calls. He was just,
False.
false start. We didn't have a lot of that with Ursula. So I think that, and in football on the pro level, your jump is really from year 2 to year 3. And then from from year 1 to year 2, the first year, it's shaky. Year 2, the game slows down. Year 3, you're like, okay, you're really good, because you got 17 games up under your belt and plus playoffs. So he's gonna be pushing on, like, we win a Super Bowl this year. He's gonna go 17 plus 4, that's 21. 17 next year. So he's gonna be right up at that 40 mark, going into his 3rd year.
Yeah.
That all pro is really gonna be on the board, like probably next year, man. So shout out to you for even pointing that out.
You know, people who don't pay attention to offensive line play, they don't notice the O line when the O line is doing good. They only
Right.
notice it when they're doing bad.
Yeah.
So for this year, and granted, there was a lot of pressure here and there. A lot of it was, I would say, equated to CJ's fault, not just standing in the pocket and going through your reads and getting the ball out quickly. Uh, Going back to the first 3 games, a lot of that was him, I feel like, still being gun shy from the previous year. Previous 2 years of getting sacked,
Mm-hmm.
getting hit a lot. So he's like, kind of hesitant
Right.
quickly to move off his pivot, whether on the left or on the right. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes running into sacks. But for what it's worth, man, this offensive line play has been above average, which is what we needed. We didn't
Right.
need elite from all 5 guys. We just needed, hey, everybody pitch in, do what it is you need to do, and play above average. Andrew
Right.
is not all world, but he's what you needed.
Mm-hmm.
Our best player on the offensive line this year has to be Titus Howard. He is the best offensive lineman we've had in quite some time. And granted, I'm pretty sure he doesn't like to go from tackle to guard, but he's what you call a true teamer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's not
Uh,
throwing a big
explain that. A true teamer.
a true teamer, man. A person that's, hey, you're the best at this position within this position group. We know we can plug you in here and plug you in there. Are you willing to do it? Some guys will say, yeah, all right, cool, and go to the other position and play poorly just because they don't want to be there. This guy
Right.
is giving maximum effort any and every time he's had to go to guard. We've had
Mm-hmm.
games where we make the final shuffle with Trent Brown being at right tackle and him going to left guard. He's giving
Mm-hmm.
maximum effort.
Yeah.
When Trent Brown goes out and he has to go back to right tackle, what he's doing? Back to giving you maximum effort. If he had to play center, knock on wood, hope he never has to do that, but that's one person I can trust that, hey, if you need him to play any position on the offensive line, you're good.
Yeah.
Now, one guy I want to give some love to, man, Ed Ingram.
Ingram. Yeah.
I
Ingram earned a contract from us this year.
Yeah, I remember when we played the Vikings that the year he was still with him.
Right.
Nasty, like dude, like
Mm-hmm.
none of these tackles was like able to like really just punk him or bully him. And I always bring up Sarge about this man because when we signed him, man, Sarge is like, I'm like, dog, he is what we need, nasty. Like he's looking for a fight, and you want your lineman to, go out there with that type of attitude, man.
Right.
Like you want to be dominant. Ed Ingram ain't the biggest person on the field, but you're gonna feel him. Balls. And he's most definitely earned another contract with us. Now, what it looks like, I don't know. And another thing, and I'm quoting shout out to John Hickman from Locked On Texans. He mentioned this a while back. You don't want another Shaq Mason situation where you trade for Shaq Mason. He comes in his first year, balls out, does a great, outstanding job, gets a contract, and just fall off the face of the earth. Now, I don't feel like Ed Ingram is the same situation. When we got Shaq Mason, he was already a little bit long in the tooth.
I was about to point that out, yeah.
Yeah, with Ed Ingram, I don't see that happening.
Right.
Not right now, no way.
Yeah. I think with Ed, him being younger, former, if I'm not mistaken, he was drafted in the first round, right?
I don't know. Let me pull it up.
I think he was drafted in the first round. So, former first round pick, still pretty young. Haven't made it to that second threshold of getting that big contract, but came here and redeemed himself. And, with Popovich, learning this system, I think it fits him very well, man. So I'm excited about him. And, the two reserves that we got, they found a way to get Fisher on the field, and the Fisher had to come in and step up for Ursery. Man, you didn't hear Fisher name called none that game. The boy was balling. So I just we got to figure out what we have in Juice. Are you gonna run him back? Is he in a doghouse or what it is? But I think that, going into next year, you still have to address two more linemen. And I don't care if they pretty high picks, because at the end of the day, we already see if your quarterback, CJ Stroud, if he's protected, then he'll be okay.
He was a second round pick in 22.
Okay. High draft pick, premium draft pick.
Yeah, and from the high school in DeSoto, from around the way.
Oh, okay.
You're homegrown.
Oh, you're a Dallas boy. Okay.
From around the way.
So I think he earned another contract.
I think
he earned a contract. So
I'm gonna say this. I've heard some talks on Twitter. Well, not heard. I came across some conversations on Twitter, man, where some people are saying Blake Fisher has earned the right to start at tackle. And I read that and put my phone down immediately. Blake Fisher is good for where he's at right now as a rotational tackle. Come in with there's somebody in the pinch, maybe start a couple of games or two, but I'm not comfortable with Blake being my future right tackle. I said when we drafted Blake, that's your swing tackle. Like I still stand on that hill.
But you know what? The way that the draft had unfolded, Blake was supposed to be the guy to replace Tunsil.
Or Howard.
No, it was Tunsil, and I think that Ursery was supposed to replace Howard. They was going to move away from those two big contracts. So you got rid of Tunsil, and Ursery had to move from right to left. And you because we signed the boy from Jacksonville. Ursery was going to sit. If the boy from Jacksonville would have panned out, Ursery would have been your swing tackle.
Man,
the dude from Cam didn't pan out, and they was like Ursery. And so Ursa was doing this thing in preseason and OTAs and all that other stuff. And he was like, hey, we got to put him in there. And he held up. So you moved on from Cam, you put him at right. But I think that you were trying to move away because you have to think about it. Uh, you wasn't going to pay Tunsil top three money as a tackle. And Tunsil is his own agent. Tunsil is going to negotiate a contract that's going to make him top three every year. He did it for 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got what, two contracts with us?
Three.
Three. He got three. So if it didn't pan out, and it was a lot of people, including Larry, was saying, "Hey, we should have kept Thompson." And I'm like, eventually you got to move away from him because you're going to have to pay CJ and Will. So I think that Casario was looking at it like, "Hey, we have to start drafting their replacements." And
Mm-hmm.
so the thing about it is, you drafted Fisher. I think Fisher was drafted with the second round. I
Yeah.
said Juice was drafted. Like the way that it was supposed to pan out was Kenyon Green was supposed to pan out.
Yeah.
He was supposed to pan out. You were supposed to move away from Tonsil. You got Fisher. Then you went and got Ursary, and you was gonna move away from Titus, and that was gonna be your linemen going into the future because all of them was gonna be on first year deals. The first iteration of their contracts because you was going to have you already paid Stingley, you already paid Collins, which he made all pro. Uh, and I'm jumping all over the place. When Collins made all pro, that friendly contract that he got, gonna be a problem. You know why it's gonna be a problem? Because
Wow.
those two rookies have shown. Both of them, I think they're almost combined for 1,000 yards. I think both of them got like close to 500 yards apiece, and I think Higgins got what six touchdowns, something like that.
6 touchdowns.
Right. So it's one of those things that um, Collins said he wants to be here. So does Collins take a deal that says that okay, well, I'll take another team friendly deal, but if we go off, keep saying if when we go off on the Super Bowl run and Collins becomes the Super Bowl MVP, you think this guy shouldn't be getting less than the 40 million that Chase and all these other guys are getting? Now, I'm not saying he's going to get 40, but he's not going to take 25.
You don't pay Nico that much until your quarterback play is better. As much as I love Nico, what separates him and Chase, one is the targets. Chase gets his 15 targets a game. Granted, Chase is like that because he's going to catch 11 out of those 15, sometimes 10 out of those 15. And Joe Burrow is light years better than CJ.
Mm-hmm.
Like and there's no way to put it. If you put Joe Burrow on this team, swap out Burrow with CJ for Burrow. 12 has about 2,000 yards receiving. Higgins probably has more than 500 yards. Noel has more than 292. The Iowa State Twins probably collectively get you 1,200 yards just within those three together. Like maybe Dalton Schultz numbers are inflated some. You see Woody more of a passing back than you do as a running back. Like that's just how like that Burrow is. Then with this defense too, oh man, that's one can only hope. Doctor's in the comments, man. He says O line is still the weakest position on the roster. Damn, doctor.
Uh, the weakest. Nah, I think the weakest on the roster right now due to injury is running back. We're down to our fifth and sixth string running back.
And the boys ain't bad though.
You're down to your fifth and sixth string running back.
That's the thing. They not bad though. Like,
They're not bad, but there's not a defense that has the game plan for Woody Mark.
of course not.
So if I don't have the game plan for your running attack, then it makes my defense. The thing about it is, when you have a running back that's if Nick Chubb was the Nick Chubb of 3 years ago before the injury, then your linebackers, your safeties are up a little bit more. And it's a difference when a safety is playing 5 yards off the line of scrimmage versus 7 yards. It's different when your linebackers are 4 yards instead of 5.5 yards back. Those the difference of quick slants and all that other stuff. But if I don't have to game plan for these guys, like we have two guys that's playing right now that if injuries didn't take place, they probably wouldn't have started the field. They wouldn't have started the field because Dore was your number three, Chubb and Mixon was your one and two. So Woody Marks wouldn't have started the field. He would have got spot duty. So you down to Woody Marks. And coming into the year, you ended up trading who's the running back that we just traded to Kansas City? Oh, well, we released who?
Damon Pierce.
Damon Pierce. Damon Pierce was ahead of him on the depth chart. So you're down to your fifth and your sixth running back. So that's your weakest link. So you have to find a way to get those guys involved. Now, the thing about Woody is his strength. We don't go to it as much as we should, and that's passing out of the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw him get that 49-yard catch, and it was like, okay, you done that one game, and we're not going to go back to it. Like, no, you got to get this guy the ball. Like him and Dalton Schultz they should be your check down guys.
They are.
Yeah. But Woody Marks have not been much of a check down guy because we don't have nothing for him. We're trying to run him in between the tackles, and he is not, as much as we love Woody Marks as Texans fans, Woody Marks is not a running back that's going to set the tone.
Mm-mm.
He don't set the tone. And I said this at the beginning of the year. I said, and I was telling Nitty, I said, Chubb has to be the one to set the tone because he's going to get 4 to 5 yards to carry. Woody Marks is a game. He's a change of pace. He's a change of pace. He doesn't set the tone, and it's a difference in both of those type of backs. Now, Woody Marks can see how the game is going, and he comes in the second half, and it's like, man, he get explosive. Now, when he have to start a game, he getting like not really those explosive runs, but you keep running him, and then in the second half, he start to explode. He start to, get through the holes a little bit better. But he's not that guy that you gonna just line up in the backfield and just say, "Hey, go ahead and just like when he's on the field." Put it like this: if I'm giving Woody Marks 20 carries, it's not a guarantee that he's going to get 100 yards
or 50.
So that's a problem. That's the problem that I have with Woody Marks. Now, with Woody Marks is if I know that, then I have to be able to play action and stick him out of the backfield and throw him on some screens and some little out routes. Because when he's in space and he get his momentum, he can make you miss. So
Julius Harris brought up a great point. He said if Joe Mixon was healthy, the O-line would be a conversation. Joe Mixon is a guy that would get the best out of you because of his personality. He's a raw type of guy. I mean, he's gonna fire you up. I believe when Joe was playing, I feel like Joe can squeeze blood out of a turnip because the O line was still the O line, and he was able to do what he did with those guys just by pushing them. Like, come on.
Right.
Um,
So don't you think that this O line is better than last year's O line?
yeah,
So with Joe Mixon playing with this team right now, man, we're not talking about nothing. We're talking about, oh, we finna dominate. Cold weather, don't matter. Those boys played like Joe Mixon, Cincinnati, and Chubb is Cleveland. They played in that AFC North.
oh man.
That's what they did. So
Hey, Brandon is gonna be Brandon, man. Brandon says every single offseason, hey, let's fix the run game. And he comments again, the front office every offseason. No. Oh man.
that's why I feel like in this offseason, man, like, and I asked you this question. When have the Texans made running back throughout their 25, 24, 23-year history, made running back a
Never, bro.
priority?
Never. They've
Never
tried.
done it.
They've tried. They've tried. The biggest
Uh,
splash they tried was when they signed Ahmad Green.
no, 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 no. I said not drafting, not free agency.
Never.
Never done it.
But let me not hold on. They have drafted running backs.
They drafted Foreman in the third round. They drafted, I think Tate was a second rounder, right?
Highest one. Yes.
Okay, so when
Thanks.
have they made running back a priority? This totally different regime. So let's talk about this regime right here. When have we made running back drafting a priority?
Hey, you also got to take into the fact that for a long time we've had the zone running blocking scheme
Mm-hmm.
where a premium player at that what the hell, Gigi, get your ass now, damn dog. Where the running back don't really matter, bro. You can just plug and play it with that scheme.
See, that's the part that really
Don't agree.
upsets me.
I don't
That
agree.
it really upsets me because our philosophy with this whole entire organization was I hate when people say, well, you can just find a running back. Yeah, you can, but we haven't been able to find that running back.
But Cal, with that scheme, dude, you
No,
see time
with
and time
the
again.
with the Kubiak scheme,
That's what I'm
because
saying.
when yeah,
But
the
you had it for
Kubiak,
quite some time.
right. So that Kubiak scheme, when you go back to Denver, when you had Orlandis Gary, you had even the boy Terrell Davis. Terrell was drafted in the fifth, sixth round.
Yep.
Yeah, you can find those guys, but we're not running a straight Kubiak Shanahan zone scheme.
Nor do you have the lineman for it either, which is
Yeah,
important.
you don't have a lot. So right now, so you have a more of a power scheme. So with a power scheme, you got to have a back that has to see, make go to your zone, read. It's not a wide zone, but you make your zone and you cut. And so a lot of times we are running in between the zero and the three. So the zero is the center, the one is in between the left guard, the two is in between the right guard, and then you got the three and the four. And the three and the four is outside of the tackles.
Outsides.
So yeah, so you running inside. So if you're gonna run that type of offense, then you have to have a center that's a bully. We haven't had a center that was a bully.
We've never had a center that was a bully. Well,
Never.
might not count, but how you feel about Steve McKinney? From
Steve
way
McKinney
back.
was Steve McKinney was undersized, but he was a zone blocker. He was a zone blocker. And zone blockers, that's why when we had
Chris Myers.
Chris Myers, very undersized. And we was playing against New England against Big Boy. We ended up signing him.
Vince Wilford.
Wolf, yeah. Wolford was 380 pounds.
Shit, damn near
And,
400.
yeah, and that center was like 285, 290. But guess what? If we're trying to run straight through the middle, Vince is gonna clog up the middle. But if we run it in a zone, then Vince got to move his body from left to right. But we're not running that type of running scheme,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like going into the draft this year, this off season, this may be the time or this may be the year to really address the running back position. Like going to the playoffs right now, I'm fine with what we got. You know, if you don't,
Mhm.
the only thing is, I hate to say it, but British Brooks should and has earned the right to get some carries. But going into the playoffs may be risky, may not be the attractive thing to do. But
Right.
if it comes
I
down
agree with that.
to it,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really running Chubb like that. You're running
Hmm.
Goody. Jordan is starting to get a lot of burn.
Right.
Out of those four running backs, Brooks is the one who has the less thread on the tire, the less usage throughout the year. For the most part, he's been a teamer. When he ran the ball the other day, man, this guy was running the ball like he wants to win.
Hmm.
Going into the playoffs, you need a guy that can run that way.
The only thing that scares me about him, and I'm telling you, if it happens, and hopefully it doesn't happen, but the time that he runs and he happens to fumble, they're gonna pull him and he won't see the field until next year. But I agree because he has the speed to get through the line like Jordan, and he has the power just like uh
Prime,
Chud.
prime.
Chud. Yeah, prime Chud. So you have a guy that you know that he can, get through the hole. Like the difference between him and Damon Pierce is Damon Pierce seemed to run through the hole with his eyes closed.
He running into your back.
So his eyes was closed. You know, he wasn't like he was like, I'm gonna take the ball and I'm going to run right here. If they told me to run through this hole, I'm gonna run that. And it's like, Damon, the hole was closed. Well, that's why I'm supposed to run. No, I think that British Brooks is a guy that I feel like that if he got a couple of carries, when I say a couple, like I think last game he was like he had like 10 carries or something like that. I know he was
13.
at like 6 yards a carry at one time.
I think at 13, 14. He led the game to carries, 13 or 14.
Okay. But I know one time he was like 10 for 60,
Yeah,
something like that. Could be wrong. But
he was
I
getting,
that
he had more positive runs than negative. That's for sure.
so that's what I've been saying the whole entire year. Give the guy some burn because he's a big guy. He's 5'11, 225, and people who only watch the game will tell you, oh, he's a fullback. He wasn't drafted as a fullback.
He
He
wasn't
made
drafted
the
up.
he made the team as a player. Like he made the team like it was like, man, we don't have room for you at the running back, but because you play special teams, you're gonna make the team. And he made it twice as an undrafted free agent. But if you look at his film from Carolina, the dude is a downhill runner.
Oh yeah.
So don't be surprised, man, when things start to get a little rough and he get to carry the ball, man, and he's gonna break some big ones, And I think he's gonna be pretty big to the point that when we play Pittsburgh and we run the ball down their damn throat, the next game that we play, he's gonna be on their board saying, hey, we gotta watch for this guy right here because he's not a fullback. He's a tailback. And I've been saying that the whole entire year. I've been saying that since last year.
The the Baltimore game, he actually got a fullback dive, something we don't run. That's
Hmm.
that surprised the hell out of everybody.
Right.
And that was positive yard. I want to say he got about maybe 15 yards. He almost could have scored.
Yeah. I mean, he's a football player. And speaking about dives, let me ask you something. Watching that game, that play where they had Togia at fullback, was that a design run play or
It
was that
was
a
for him.
huh?
It was a design run play for
It,
him. CJ fucked it up.
you know what? I think the angle that Togia took was a little bit off, and
Maybe.
CJ was smart enough to not force the ball to him. So when CJ didn't see the right angle, CJ pulled it. You saw Togiai didn't get the ball, and Togiai didn't keep running. He turned back. When he turned back, that let me know that that was a design dive play. And CJ took the ball and was like, "Hey, the angle wasn't right," and he ran it in.
Yeah.
You go back and watch that, man. That was CJ improvising. Like the angle was not right. Now they
See,
practiced that this whole week, and that was something that they just threw off in there because I feel like that they wanted to reward Togiai for the goodness that he done all year.
oh
And they
hell,
was like, hey, we finna put him in there. We gonna get hell, I wouldn't have mind if you put his ass in tailback. Put British at fullback and put him at tailback. I
wow.
would have liked that. But I think CJ made a smart play. He didn't force the ball. Could have been a fumble. He pulled it, and he CJ immediately pulled the ball and ran forward. And I was like, that was real smart. Those are the things that sometimes players don't get credit for. But CJ saw that at a split second. It was like, I got to get positive yard because a lot of times that quarterbacks that are scary and they're not quick to run, they if the dive is not there, they'll pull it because you can't pull it and then try to go back and run because you're going to have a legal man downfield. And a lot of times the quarterback will just turn around and just like fall down. He'll be like, okay, I'm just going to take a loss. CJ went forward, man, and he scored. So that was great.
Brandon has a question. Brandon says, "Do we have a list of the defensive players that scored TDs for us this year?" We were talking about this before the show. Sting pick six, Togiat, and Sheldon Rankins, but there's a fourth one, I believe.
Mm. Fourth one this year?
Yeah, I know there's three for sure, but I know I think we had a fourth one.
Did Kamara score?
Somebody else on defense scored.
Hmm.
I can't recall. I know we got four.
4 touchdowns on defense. Okay.
Oh.
Trying to see.
Maybe Daniil or Will. One of those two got a touchdown.
Now I know Daniil didn't get one. See the sacks, tackles, tackles for loss. I don't see the touchdowns right here. Interceptions, yard.
Doctor got it right. Doctor say Will Anderson sack fumble in the end zone versus
Okay.
Seattle. Dorsey say is number 5.
Hmm.
Because that goes because we have the number 13 scoring offense, so or on the team rather, and some of
Hmm.
those touchdowns came from the defense to put points on the board, and of course you have All Pro, All World, Kaimi MVP, Fairbairn, Care Bear.
Hmm. Man, I just looked at the sack numbers, man. Shout out to Derek Barnett. For the limited time, that dude got 5 sacks.
Hey, consistent. He's going to get you there every year.
Yeah, yeah.
It's no,
And
not,
uh
it's
and,
not
and
like
limited playing time. Hell, D'Amico Autry got 3.5 sacks.
yeah. I mean, but see, Denico, he impacts the game so much. Him and Toad got on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
from clogging up the middle to getting it into the run lanes, forcing the ball carries to the outside, or
Yeah.
just pushing the pocket. Those things, like, there's no number to it. But if you're watching the game, like really watching the game, like
Mm-hmm.
dissecting it, you see what these guys do. They're winning plays every play. You know.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Denico is a little bit longer in the tooth, so this may be the last year we have him. And
Who?
this, the Denico Archery,
Oh yeah, probably so. Yeah.
yeah. So he's a guy. Also, yeah, big 4480. Yeah. Also, he blocks the field goal. He is an X factor, 1000%.
Yeah.
Another thing with him too, though, we've been talking about D'Amico finding his guy on the inside. We both been saying for a while now, Philly can't pay everybody, and
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Davis will be the guy. I feel like we add this offseason if they don't pay him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man,
I
12 of
was I was I was down on our linebackers, but then turn around, Aziz made all pro.
Pro Bowl.
I think did he make I thought he made all pro.
I don't know if he made all pro yet.
Mm,
See, another thing too, like he's had a better year statistic wise. Like a
yeah,
lot of people, when they look at the linebacker position, they judge it off how many tackles the guy has, right?
right, yeah,
The guys who lead the league in tackles are on teams that are very bad.
bad, yeah.
Um, they're the only guys on that team that's making tackles.
Mm-hmm.
The year we had, I want to say, was that Petrie's first year. Petrie led our team in tackles down there. Or at least I want to. If he didn't lead our team in tackles, he had 115 tackles from
Yeah.
safety position.
Well, one
It's,
year we had Zach Cunningham, and I think he led the NFL in tackles.
yeah,
But we had a bad, like, we was like three and something that year.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
So I mean, dude, only a real fan can tell you, okay, hey, they're not looking at the numbers. Because yeah, when I was
mm,
younger watching football, I would get excited. Like, oh man, our linebackers have 150 tackles, 200 tackles. Like, wow, but
mm,
the defense as a whole is at the bottom.
mm-hmm.
So, but now Aziz has played very, very at a high level this year.
Yeah.
Uh, that offseason training camp with Sting and everybody.
Stingley there, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
with
That
Big
that yeah, that was huge, man, because you could tell in his coverage. Like it was one of the plays that it was like he was like 20 yards deep and he tipped the ball and I forgot who got the interception. I don't know if it was Sting or Petrie. But
Petrie.
yeah, so I was like, bro, that wouldn't have happened if like because linebackers, I'm gonna tell you something, with a linebacker, man, it's hard for a linebacker that his primary responsibility is stop the run. And then when it's a play action, you got to drop back in your hook zone. So you're already 4.5 yards off the line of scrimmage. When you
Mm-hmm.
drop back in your hook zone, you're only going back about 5 more yards. So you're 9 to 10 yards back.
All right.
He was 19 yards back. And it was two interceptions that he missed this year. It just went off his fingertips, but he was there. That's huge, man. So I really wish that yeah, when they do that again this year, that Toro join them boys. Because,
See,
Toro get lost in coverage a lot.
I keep telling y'all, Toro is like Kareem Jackson. He's always there what the player is, but he just doesn't turn his head around.
Yeah.
Like, and then for what it's worth, he makes a lot of tackles, but he also misses key tackles. He doesn't
Hmm.
miss a lot of them, but the ones he do miss, they come at the worst times.
Yeah.
Bay game, that's the most glaring one. Uh, Chargers game just a couple weeks ago, he missed a good one in the Arizona game. Like he misses these key tackles. Like if he was a for sure tackler, like the conversation around Toro would be so different.
Yeah, it would be. Man, they need to do a documentary on what happened to Christian Harris.
He ain't gonna be available for the documentary.
Come on, man, stop.
You gotta find him.
Hey,
He ain't gonna be available.
hey, Christian Harris was watching the show and he just tuned out. Just that's what you just said.
I'm just saying,
Man,
like, dude, that's
I
if we
don't
were
know that
if
just puzzles me, man.
if we were
I
playing Baltimore, bro, I would be pounding the table for him to play just to spy Lamar. But because we're playing Pittsburgh, whatever Harris has been doing, wherever he's been, it's just what's gonna be at this point.
I mean, because me personally, pre-injury, Christian Harris was better than Toa, what I'm seeing right now. So
Mhm.
like the injury is gone. So you he's not better than Toa. That's the part that just puzzles me. Like, what is it? I don't think he'll be here next year. I think they're gonna bring in another linebacker. I think they're gonna draft people. People say that we don't need linebackers.
Shit.
That they're young, but I think that he's gonna be replaced. It's gonna be somebody gonna replace Christian Harris. He's gonna go somewhere else, and I think he's gonna. From Christian Harris, I'll probably go to. I'll be over there with Garrett Wallow in San Francisco. But I think Christian Harris can still play ball because he's still fast. I don't think he lost the ability to play football, but
I think
whatever it is here.
it's
Hmm,
it's at this point it's more so of a confidence thing. Uh, I feel like the injury he had or he was hovering around with, that's been a big issue. Because the Texans, as you've seen with Joe Mixon, they don't really disclose the extremity of injuries to players as much as the public would like. Um,
yeah,
Going back to that calf injury, I still feel like it was an Achilles.
yeah, I do too.
And when you tear your Achilles, that's a year.
I don't think it was torn though.
I mean, hell, even if it wasn't torn, if you if the doctor tells you there's a chance of you tearing it and it's hurt or sprained or whatever the case may be, like you continue to play on it will make it worse, right?
Yeah, but last year in the playoffs, he played 94% of the snaps. I think in the uh, the wild card game.
Yeah.
The next game,
I've,
he was healthy and didn't play. And I was like, man, what's going on? He was suited and booted, but he didn't play. So I was just puzzled. So I was like, okay, well, he had the whole year that he went out with that Achilles. So I thought that this year he's gonna come back and solidify himself.
yo, Jules say maybe Harris is not smart enough for the scheme. Uh, I, I disagree with you for the simple fact that no, I don't fully disagree with you. I'm on the fence. Going back to that Cleveland game when he got that pick six, uh, D'Amico told him where to be, what to do. So that's good coaching.
That
Uh,
boy was balling, man, before he got injured. And that's the same defensive scheme. Like he came in that first year with D'Amico and he was balling. He got injured, and then all of a sudden it was like he couldn't come back. It was like because you can't tell me that the way that Toro played, like I'm a fan of all my players. Like when they mess up, I'm not saying, "Hey, cut him. He's a bomb. He this, he's that." I'm not that type of guy because I can't do what they do. But I saw both of them play, and I think that Christian Harris is a better football player than Toro. That's just me. And he was with D'Amico at the first iteration, third round pick. You can't say was a favoritism thing. All three of them boys from Alabama. So I was like, what is it? You don't pick up the steam your first year under that defense, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you just lost the ability to know how to play. I don't know, bro.
Hey, Dorsey says D'Amico is grooming Hill to take over in the future. I don't know, bro. I think Hill gonna be if anything, Hill replaces Neville Hewitt as the teamer.
Mm.
Hill is another guy with the transition from safety to linebacker. On paper, he fits the bill to be that linebacker that can cover in space. I think with Hill, it's more so of a confidence thing. Like
How long Hill been with the team? Like this is his third year, second year.
second year,
I think next year, like I said, the light turns on that second year. That
third years when it
that
really turns on.
third year is like everything has slowed down. It's slowed down for you. So you know, I really think that the two rookies that we had in the that Nick drafted in the secondary, it's gonna be big, man. Those are gonna be. I think people really don't realize. Like we have four of the top 100 picks this year, and like you still have three wide receivers that are still trying to learn the scheme and the system with the three I call them the light skin crew. All them boys from Iowa. All them
Yeah,
boys, they
Iowa
they
State trio.
yeah, they pretty with curly hair. All of them, they still learning. But that secondary, bro, you still got two guys that you drafted that you was depending on this year.
Yeah,
And they didn't get a lot of run. That secondary is gonna be just as strong next year because this is like a red shirt for them. It's like a red
Jalen
shirt
Reed,
year for them.
Jalen Reed played more than Jalen
Yeah,
Smith.
yeah, exactly. Jalen Smith was hurt pretty much the whole year. He had a little run and he got hurt, had a little run, and he got hurt again. You know. But next year, you plugging in both of those guys. That secondary is gonna be like hella nice. I'm telling you, that defense, if they plug in one linebacker and two defensive tackles, we think that we saw a great defense this year. Next year defense is gonna be just crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy. And let me say this for everybody who think that I'm crazy, and I'm gonna say it again. And it's up to Kamari Lassiter. When I tell you, and I was just talking to you about this earlier, and I asked you, did you know who Rod Woodson was?
Oh yeah, man, Hall of Famer.
Rod Woodson was a guy that was an all pro at cornerback, moved to safety, and was an all pro. And I'm going to say something. This is what I didn't say, but I'm going to say it right now. You know how the NFL and how we feel about Fred Warner?
Yeah,
Fred Warner is like 6'1" and a half, 6'2", about 225, 230. You know, Rod Woodson is 6'3", about 225. In today's NFL, if Rod Woodson was playing, he'll be better than Fred Warner at linebacker.
you think so?
Rod Woodson was returning kickoffs and punts. He was a premium athlete. Yes, he would be. Rod Woodson would knock you in the dirt, bro. Rod Woodson would be. Look, this is not shade against Fred Warner, but I'm just saying that guy, if he played today and was playing linebacker, Rod Woodson ran a 4.3. If he played linebacker at his size, 6'3", 225, linebacker today, I think he would have been better than Fred Warner. But we'll never know that. And people probably like listening to this like, Cal, you crazy. Hey, that's just my opinion.
I don't disagree with you. My only pushback is The game, bro. Excuse me. The game is different. Like
The game
the
was
hit
played
back then.
way more physical back
Yeah.
then. So I seen Rod Woodson come off the edge at defensive end and kill Warren Moon. I seen Rod Woodson drop back in coverage and playing cornerback, but he was all over the field. Like when you talk about guys that was like great cover guys, Rod Woodson was not as great as Dion at coverage, but you couldn't really separate them. You couldn't separate them. Rod Woodson would take off one side of the field. The difference is Rod Woodson would come and punish you, and he was all pro. And if I'm not mistaken, I know he was all pro at corner, and I know he moved him to safety. So I said all that to say this: if Kamara Lassiter wants to be here, we win a Super Bowl, and Kamara say, you know, I don't want to go anywhere, just like Nico Collins said, I have no problem for Kamara to move to safety. And people think that's just a wild idea. Like, oh man, why you, bro? Kamara is a top 10 corner and whoop de whoop whoop. Okay, that's fine. But I'm just saying that as a cover guy, because in high school and when he got to Georgia, they drafted him. I mean, they recruited him as a wide receiver. He moved to cornerback. So he have ball skill. He has the skills to go and seek the ball. He I had it pulled up, tackles for loss. He's like top 5 with the Texans this year, tackles for loss.
At one point, he was leading the team in tackles.
Leading the team in tackles, tackles for loss, and he's a cover guy. That is a premium safety. That is a premium safety. Now, if he wants to say, hey, I'm a cornerback, that's fine. Go get your money. I'm not even mad at you. But you know what? Safeties and cornerbacks is making about the same amount of money. So that's one of those things that when I talked about Nico Collins, nobody was on board. When I brought up Tommy Togiai last year, nobody even heard of him. Now all of a sudden, everybody act like that. You know, they the first one to talk about Togiai.
Yeah.
That
You know how it goes.
I'm telling you right now that guy can be a safety. And I mean, take away what Jalen Ramsey did the last game. But Jalen Ramsey is another guy that's a rangy guy that was a cornerback, top cornerback, all pro corner, and he moved to safety.
Well,
Like it's
actually one of the best cornerbacks.
you saw Kareem Jackson as a cornerback, and he was to me he was a better safety than he was a cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not far-fetched to have a guy. Kareem Jackson was not fast. The only thing about Kareem Jackson is he never turned around to locate the ball, and he never had that one-on-one. I'm gonna take the wide receiver on the go route, and I'm gonna stay with him. They moved him to safety, and Kareem Jackson became a hell of a safety. So you telling me that Kamara Lassiter can't be what Kareem Jackson is?
Okay, so look, this is my pushback. So with Ramsey moving to safety, reason why he's longer in the tooth. Same thing with Kareem. He moved to safety when he was also long in the tooth.
Right.
You talking about moving Kamara to safety at an early age. Like he hasn't even hit 27, 28.
Right.
Yet to even enter his prime yet, right? He's only in year 2. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not against him moving to safety. My only pushback is it's too early, I feel like, to move him to safety right now.
No. See, here's the thing. I'm not saying move him to safety right now. What I'm saying is it's some money that has to be paid.
So you base this off a parametric.
Stingley is going to be a Texan for life. Stingley is not going nowhere. He has the pathway of being a Hall of Famer right now. And you already know that him and Kamari is a top 10 cornerback in the league right now. Mm-hmm. Now, if Kamari is your number one cornerback on a team, you have to have another cornerback that's faster than him. Because if Kamari had to travel against another, like if he had to travel with Njigba,
Not happening.
it's gonna be a long day. He
Not
has to be where you can play him at the line of scrimmage, 10 yards, zone. He's like a Richard Sherman. You're not playing Richard Sherman man to man and traveling. Richard Sherman is going to take away that whole 1/4 of the field, and it's like, this is mine. You're not finna do nothing over here. And so that Legion of Boom, that whole defense, it was built for Richard Sherman to be successful. That's what I see with Kamari. Kamari is a guy, he can be successful as a cornerback, but you have to have that whole entire secondary built around him, and he's not your main cornerback. If he's your main cornerback that has to travel and have to play against these guys that's running 4.3s, it's not happening.
You're in trouble.
So my thing is safeties are getting paid just as well as cornerbacks. So like, look, bro, it may never happen. Me having this conversation right now will be like pissing in the wind 2-3 years from now. But I'm just saying, bro, if we win a Super Bowl this year and that dude say I want to stay here, I would have no problem with the Texans going to get another cornerback, because we need corner. You always need cornerbacks. You need cornerbacks and edge rushers and offensive linemen. You get another cornerback, and I could say, hey, Jimmy Ward was drafted in the first round. What Jimmy Ward ended up moving to? Nickel and safety. It happens. It happens, man. So just mark this one down. I know a lot of people be like, hey man, Cal be tripping. Mark it down, Brent.
No, man, Cal be pissing in the wind.
You be pissing in the wind, bro. I'm just saying. I could be pissing in the wind, and 2 years from now, that dude can go on and he can resign with the Texans. They can make the money work. He could be a cornerback for life for the Texans. Yeah, could be cool. I'm just saying that if he want to be here for a long time with this secondary, hey, he can move to safety, and he's not going to lose like big time money, and he's still going to be with a defensive minded coach that's going to put him in position. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you tell me that if Kamari was playing safety, would he be better than Petrie?
Oh wow. Okay, so now we're here.
Would he be better than Jimmy Ward? Both of them were starters.
For what it's worth, Jimmy Ward and his defense is the perfect crash out.
Mm-hmm.
All three are good crash outs.
But I'm saying, like, if you like looking at talent, looking at tackle behind the line of scrimmage, making tackles, and coverage, because we know Petrie he's a 50-50 coverage guy.
AB. Hey, Doctor talking about Cal pissing outside. Lord, hey, that's a joke of the night, pissing in the wind, bro.
Why the comments not coming up, man? I don't see the comments coming up.
I got them on there on the stage.
They're coming on the screen, but they're not coming up in the chat, live chat.
Hold on. They should be on the live chat. I don't know why.
Nah.
You might have to refresh your thing you're looking on. But all three players are really the same. Nobody has elite speed. Nobody has elite cover. Let me not say elite coverage skills, because
the elite coverage, the above coverage skill is I take that to Lassiter.
Let me say Lassiter has elite coverage skills. Actually, all three guys have elite coverage skills. Well, let's kick Ward out because he's not playing. Kamari and Jalen both have elite coverage skills within 10 yards. When it's going down the field, deep post.
Lassiter is beyond 10 yards. Lassiter can be 15 to 18 yards. Lassiter is not over the top Like it when we was playing against the Colts,
Hmm.
that white boy, um
He
that
gets to the
told
game.
right exactly. And if Lassiter had to line up with him and he ran a go route, Lassiter's not like sticking with him man to man. So that makes you a good cover guy, not an elite cover guy. Elite cover guy can get you from zero to wherever you're going. So we know Petrie is not doing that. But I'm saying if you put them all three together, Petrie is a hitter, Lassiter is a hitter. Lassiter cover skills is a little bit better than his, and Lassiter has better hands. I'm just saying that, like in the future, if we want to keep this band together, we have to be able to see that. Hey, how can we keep Lassiter? Now, if Lassiter win a Super Bowl and the team say, "Hey, we're gonna break the bank on you," hey, by all means, young man, go get your money. Nick Casario, go get you another cornerback. That's all good. I'm saying, but if you want to keep this secondary together, what we got with Bullock, Lassiter, Steen, Petrie, and the two young cats that we got right now, bro, that secondary is gonna be here for a long time, and that's huge. Just like the wide receiving core, it's gonna be here for a long time.
Speaking of the wide receiver core, and we already almost at an hour and a half. Going into the playoffs, man. Who are you expecting to step up the most? Not named 12.
Um, Hutchinson,
Great answer.
that crossing pattern was like, this is what we need.
Nasty.
This is what we need.
Nasty.
That crossing pattern that he can give you, that's what, and I think the commentator said that was the Miko Collins route.
Yeah.
And he caught that, and I'm like, okay, so you got two guys that can do that. You have Noel. He can go over the top. We see that. Higgins can do anything. Higgins can go deep. And Higgins can go get the jump ball. He can get the comeback, and he's great. Uh, the person that I'm really interested in seeing because he's been in the league for a long time and he's had a very down year.
Kurt.
It Kurt. I know people are so down on Kurt, and including me. Yeah, I'm down on him. Kurt can be a guy that it's like, oh man, we forgot all about him. And I think Kurt can be a guy that's like, whoa, we didn't expect 6 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown. This wide receiving core, bro, is really set up. We protected CJ. CJ has more confidence in that pocket. You protect him, and the way that Kaylee has been calling plays, man, I'm telling you, man, that play action rollout with the wide receiver coming from the left, crossing all over way to the top, the way Dalton Schultz have been playing, man, CJ can have a crazy playoff game against Pittsburgh. Crazy. Pittsburgh is not a good team. And I've recorded every single NFL game that's televised. Every one, last one of them. So I'll go back and I'll watch some of those Pittsburgh's games. Pittsburgh is not a good team. They're not good. Aaron Rodgers is not good. They run an attack. It's not good. Mike Tomlin is he got the nice little quotes and all that and the stoic face. Not good. They're not a good team. We come out and we score like we want to. And I'm gonna say this. I told you we was talking earlier. We put 20 points on the board in the first half, ball game. You know why? Because D'Amico Ryans is looking at Matt Burke saying, hey, look, I gave this defense, and for the last 2 weeks, these boys been giving it up out of both pants legs. We not gonna have this going into the playoffs. And it's great that it happened. it is great that it happened, man. At the end of the year, we won those games, but
Yeah,
D'Amico was clearly not happy with that defense, and he
yeah,
knows. So we win the game, and D'Amico is still talking about the defense, like, "Oh, I'm not happy. We're not playing good." At the halftime interviews, we could play better defensively. So
yeah,
that letting you know, bro, like what we was doing for the first 15 games, 16 games, 17 games, D'Amico is not happy. This is why it's gonna be pandemonium for Aaron Rodgers, bro. You're gonna see one of these games that you can possibly see a game that Aaron Rodgers have less than 100 yards passing. You can see Aaron Rodgers getting up off the turf like every three passing plays. Because I'm gonna tell you, Will Anderson, I saw when we played against the Cardinals and Will didn't give an interview after the game because he felt like that the Cardinals, what they had two backup tackles
mhm,
and they didn't touch the quarterback. Oh, he was pissed. He was pissed. So I already know, man, this defense is going to be motivated. We're gonna go into the Super Bowl, man, and I think total points scored against us is gonna be under 40 points. Total points. It's gonna be under 40. And it's three games.
well, I don't want to get too much into the playoff talk. We'll say
No,
that.
we're not gonna we're gonna say that till tomorrow. You're
We're
right.
gonna say that for tomorrow. And by the way, we will be back tomorrow. Uh, just want to give y'all, what I'm saying, touch the people, man. Give y'all a good little recap of the season on today's show, tonight's show rather. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow we'll be back around the same time. Might be a two-man weave, might be a full strength. You never know. But before we get up out of here, man, I'm about to give everybody that good old shout outs real quick, man. Scroll back to the top. One of our first people that popped in the show tonight was Charlie Munoz. It's actually their birthday, so happy birthday, Charlie. Shout out to you.
Shout out, Charlie.
Yeah, my boy Horace pulled up, man. Let us know we had 300 subscribers, man. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep like, subscribing, sharing, man, to get these numbers up. Shout out to my mom. She pulled up. My mom says, hello, Texas on 3, Texas 9 straight. When we were 0-3, I was sick and disgusted. Yeah, we all was. Um, my boy Jules Harris, what's going on, brother? Brandon, as always. Dorsey. Some person that's a Cowboys fan, apparently. Uh, you don't matter. Get out of here. It's too early to get the bandwagon now. Dorsey, Dr. Payton was in the chat. Big DQ, shout out to you. Fanball Podcast 3638. John Harbaugh coming to the Raiders. Yeah, he got fired today. If we ever decide to fire Frank Ross, I would hire him as a special teams coach. Or he might work for his brother, but John Harbaugh to the Raiders, I wouldn't do it. Especially if I'm a Raiders fan. Somebody, ENT Media, they say, who stole Suge Knight's cigar? Talking about your cigar, Cal. God damn. They also subscribe to the channel too, so they recognize real man. Appreciate you, brother. Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that.
Who I'm missing? I'm missing somebody. Let me keep scrolling. Oh, here we go. Big B 4480. Shout out to you. He chimed in on the conversation when we was talking about the defense low scoring touchdowns.
What Mellow Mike at tonight?
I don't know, man. I haven't talked to him. He'll call me. He probably didn't know we had a show.
Oh yeah, Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, he probably didn't know. There's one more person I'm missing down here. Somewhere. I think it was
Mellow Mike and Brandon Hallam. They know him.
Yeah. I shouted out Brandon.
Okay. Shout out to Eve. She ain't here.
Oh, she here too? Okay. What's up, Eve?
No, she ain't here, but she normally here. So shout out to her.
Oh yeah. AD pulled up, man.
Shout out to AD.
What's going on, bro? Mr. Lee. There we go. Texas on 3, man. What's good, Mr. Lee? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. And yeah. Will they switch it? Nah, Mr. Lee, they're not gonna do that, Mr. Lee. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody pulling up, man. Appreciate y'all.
For
Kicking
sure.
about a good hour, almost an hour and a half, man. But today's show was just recapping season, our thoughts and opinions. Tomorrow we lock in. You know what I'm saying? That's all about Pittsburgh and whooping their ass. So
Yeah, we're
tune
gonna have predictions, how we gonna win the game, and playoff seedings. Because I'm looking ahead. We're gonna always win the wild card. So I'm not even like I'm a bougie fan right now. Like the wild card belongs to us. I'm like, bro, why y'all didn't give us the 3:30? Why y'all give Pittsburgh that Monday night? And y'all know Pittsburgh have won what 19 straight, 23 straight. That's okay. We're gonna break that record too. That's cool. That's what y'all wanted to do. We got y'all.
Damn. I just thought about it too. I'm gonna probably get home just in time to watch the game.
Hey, you know the way that this set up, man. I was talking to my brother earlier. I don't have it pulled up, but Buffalo plays Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Buffalo beat Jacksonville. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. Buffalo beat Jacksonville, and then the Chargers play who?
Shit.
I don't have it.
Hold on. Buffalo Chargers play.
Chargers played New England. New England. Hey, both of those teams win and we win. Guess what? Guess what happens? We got 2 home games.
I don't want it, man.
Huh?
I don't want no home games. I want to be on the road all
Nah. If I can play in my house, especially in the second round, bro. And then you talking about AFC Championship game playing against the Chargers at the house? Oh man, come on.
So
I'm loving that.
Just say Jacksonville beats.
If Jacksonville beats,
they're not gonna beat them. They're not gonna beat Buffalo. Jacksonville not gonna be Buffalo. The Chargers not gonna be New England. We're gonna be Pittsburgh. The lowest seed goes to number 1.
Yeah, the lowest seed go to number 1. So
Buffalo will go to Denver and we'll go to New England.
No, I think New England is gonna lose.
Really?
New England is playing who?
The Chargers.
I think New England gonna lose.
Jeez.
They had the 32nd strength of schedule. New England haven't played nobody. I am not concerned with New England. They're not battle tested and they're not playoff tested. That's just me.
I ain't mad at you.
We're finna have 2 home games.
Well, let me go work some overtime then.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, we're gonna get by there, man. We get out as exclusive playout talk tomorrow around the same time.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody that came through and pulled up with us, man. Love y'all, much love. We get this
Much
good
love.
old theme music as we head out. I think that was the music we played earlier. Yeah, that's
shout out to Nitty and Doc Payton.
Oh yeah, man. Doctor being a doctor and Nitty being Nitty right now. They doing what they gotta do, taking care of their business. But you'll see those good brothers pretty soon as well.
We were supposed to have another special guest in here, but hopefully we'll get him in. If not, we'll get him in next week. So
hey, two special guests, maybe 3 special guests, man. There's some people finna pull up to the panel, man. That's gonna shock a lot of people, man.
Hey, I'm finna shout out to somebody tonight, man, and I'm gonna see if he gonna pull up tomorrow.
For shit show.
I'm finna shout out to him as soon as we get out of here. See if he gonna be able to pull up. He been on here before, so we rock with it.
All right. With that, my people, Texas on 3, baby. We all right.
Salute.